Oh, Patreon. I got a different phone because my other phone was rubbish. So I got a different phone. So I'm not entirely sure if the boop is going to work today, but we'll see. Today is an editing day. It's not so much a behind the scenes as... Oh, that's a bad angle. As it is an editing day, which I just said. And I thought it might be fun / interesting if I shared with you some of my affirmations that I do. I used to do books on tape and I did mindfulness voiceovers. Like, so I was the voice and I'd be like, breathe in, breathe out, counting down from 10. And I thought it was absolute nonsense at the time. But recently, I decided to try affirmations and they've been working really, really well. So I just wanted to share some of them with you. Maybe they'll work for you, maybe not. Maybe you have your own affirmations that you can share below. Or maybe you think it's all hokey pokey nonsense. My theory on the whole thing is whatever makes you feel good is good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the ones I have written up here, which is where I keep them written. So the first thing is something my dad says, which is a dumb priest never had a good parish. And that's good for me because it reminds me to ask for things. I'm very reticent sometimes to ask for the things that I want. But if you don't tell people, they'll never know what you want. So you have to tell them. And like, just be brave and tell people what you want. The next one is my power to succeed is infinite. And that's one I definitely need a reminder on sometimes, because a lot of times I've felt like, who am I? I'm just this girl in a tiny country of Ireland and I don't have connections. I don't have, like, who am I to get anything that I want? And actually that's just a limitation. That's not good for you. It's not healthy for your mind. So that's why I have that one. The next one I have is my body is healthy. My mind is brilliant, my power is mine, and I decide what, how, and who. And that's a pretty self-explanatory one, but yeah, a lot of times, again, I just need to empower myself a little bit. And the next one is from Rudyard Kipling's If, my favourite poem, which you'll know from my 100 Weird Facts About Me if you watch that one. And I'll put the other words to it in the bottom of this Patreon description. But the one I've taken out is trust yourself and all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. And that's good for me because it means it's okay to stand out from the crowd and say what you think, even if it isn't what everybody else thinks. But also to bear in mind that perhaps other people do have good insights into things and they have different outlooks and different views. And it's actually one that's been pretty good for me with some stuff recently. But yeah, basically, I've always been a goat, not a sheep. My friend's mom said that to my friend when we were about 7, so it kind of stuck with me. Yeah, that sometimes you don't need to go with the crowd. You can stand out from the crowd and say what you think if that's what you really think, but also listen to everybody else. And that's why I always say respect people in the comments, because other people have a different viewpoint than you, and it's interesting. This is not supposed to be preachy, by the way. This is just what I'm feeling and what's working for me. So and then the last one I have is, this is a big one: the eye does not see what the mind does not know. And that's not really something that's current with me right now. Well, actually it kind of is. I've been blindsided a lot in life by people hurting me, and it just kind of took me aback because it wasn't something I understood. I couldn't understand why people would do these things, or why somebody would use you to get something or whatever. But the reason that happened was because it wasn't in me. It's not in me to be a person who does those kind of things. But having that affirmation up there also reminds me that, you know what, I've grown a lot. And I've learned stuff. I'm not as naive as maybe I once was and stuff. So that's why that's there. How do I do my affirmations? I wake up in the morning and I say them to Chewy. So we talk to each other. Well, mostly I talk and he listens. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little part of my life with you, / take a break from editing. Very much in love. And I hope you're having a nice day too. Let's try the boop. Ooh.